What's the name of it?
Sha-na-na-na. Boom, boom. Take one.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Shoei back for another episode of the One Mic Podcast. Joined as always, I am by my co-host Vivek. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Chilling. We also have a special guest in the studio today. He makes an appearance once in a little while, and he's blessed us with his presence today. Thank you for coming back from vacation, Amul. He's back from his 2-month vacation.
I saw the weather forecast for this weekend, and I'm like, how much are all-inclusives to Cuba? Like, how much exactly?
It's supposed to snow this week, right?
Yeah, fuck that shit, man. It's September, bro. It's September.
It's Canada, bro.
Yeah, that's all it is.
No. Yo, we usually get our first snow at the end of October.
Yeah, that's true.
That's usually when it happens. We usually get a month of rainy fall type weather, at least.
It's become more unpredictable.
Climate change.
Climate change. It's real. It's like that girl on the fucking UN stage.
Yeah, she seems serious as hell, man.
Give that girl a fucking Oscar.
Yeah, she I don't know what it is about a 14-year-old getting up.
She's 16.
16, whatever. Getting up on stage and acting all serious. That's not the vibe.
You took away my hopes and my childhood.
Y'all,
I mean,
y'all,
she's already a child.
Y'all are
she lived
hated.
through her childhood.
At least she's talking, she's saying something.
Nah, she's a
Yeah.
puppet. Fuck that. She's a puppet.
Whatever, man.
Y'all-
shout out
y'all haters.
climate change.
I saw a bunch of climate change protesters in Berlin. Sorry to bring this into the vacation.
Oh, you're already getting into the vacation talk with them.
But yeah, I saw a bunch of them in Berlin protesting in front of the parliament. Yeah, they were pretty. There was 100 of them, and I have there's a video of them just shouting, "Hey, yo, climate change must." I was something like that.
They
And
had
I
a
was
chant. They had
yeah,
chants for everything.
Yeah,
in
they had a
Europe.
chant and everything, and I was like, you know what? I'm just trying to get a picture of this building. Can y'all just move to the side a little bit?
Side, yo.
Photography session. So like always, we'll start off with our music talk. What have you guys been listening to?
Well, I just had a chance to catch up on a bunch of new music, so listen to the new St. John album that I've been talking about last couple of pods.
Oh, it came out?
Yeah, it came out. It's a good pod, or it's a good album. I mean,
Oh,
this is a good pod.
Good
but
pod. It's a good
Listen to our
podcast.
pod. It's a good pod.
But yeah, the album's pretty good. Everybody should check it out.
You got any tracks off of it that you were feeling?
5,000 Singles. That's a good track.
All right.
Monica Lewinsky.
Monica Lewinsky.
Monica
That's an
Lewinsky,
interesting name.
Great person, great track too.
For me personally, I was watching Top Boy the other day, and sick soundtrack overall. Just in the first episode, there were a couple of fire tracks, but I discovered this one guy named Nines, and the one track
Sounds
that
like Nines. That's his producer tag.
That's his producer tag.
Oh, actually,
Yeah, it's sounds like Nines.
I don't know. On his album,
shit, then?
He produced the shit for AJ Tracy and shit. So if you guys remember, throwback to the first episode when I shouted out AJ Tracy's self-titled album, he actually produced a bunch of songs. Nines produced a bunch of songs off that album.
Wow.
So
that's pretty cool. One of the tracks that I was really feeling was "Oh My." Tony Soprano is another fire track. Venting featuring Dave. Dave's been putting out some good music. If you guys haven't heard, listen to his album.
I mean, we're plugging a
Psychodrama.
lot of UK shit.
oh, here comes a UK
I'm just
hater.
saying, I'm
Yeah.
not hating, I'm
Yeah.
just saying we're plugging a lot of UK music.
Yeah, they're
I
making
tell
good
you,
music.
They're making good music.
Ain't making no noise on this side of the Atlantic.
One thing,
They're making noise. You ain't listening.
Yeah. it's like you with climate change.
Hey, climate change is real. I just don't like the girl. If she's the poster child for climate change, fuck me up, climate change.
Damn.
We're coming out with the serious statements out here.
So a lot of our listeners have been complaining about us plugging a lot of music, like Vivek just mentioned, and not actually having any way of listening to it. I mean, you guys should probably have Spotify or Apple Music, so we'll make it a little bit easier for you. We're going to be coming up with playlists by the time this podcast is out. So you can follow those on Apple Music, on Spotify. If you don't listen to music through those two streams, then
Too bad.
yeah,
about-
too
talk about
bad.
a lot.
Have fun under your rock.
Get on that
And-
Spotify free edition, whatever, and then you
Listen to all those advertisements mid song. And so what we'll be doing is we'll be titling them the one, R&B, Punjabi rap, just rap, and EDM. There'll be 4 different playlists, and it'll be end off with the playlist.
We will
like the
curate
one
those
R&B
pure
playlist. Yeah.
Playlists. Fair enough.
What about you, Vivek? What have you been listening to?
I've been listening to this new EDM.
Okay, can we stop saying EDM? First of all, big gripe. We need to stop. We need to stop saying EDM. It's a heinous term. All right, listen to house.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Don't group it under.
I'm sure the average listener
Don't group it under commercial.
The listener
garbage.
to this podcast, they don't give a fuck.
Hey man, look, I'm a snob. I'm an absolute snob with it. Remember when Josh was saying we're snobs too at Mizu? It's so true because we are. We're.
I'm gonna have to agree with him. Josh is one of our friends. He lives out in Vancouver. Sorry, but Vancouver. Like I it takes a lot for me to hate a track. Just saying.
It takes a lot?
Yeah, like
to hate a track?
Yeah, like I can see the good in like most things.
For me it's the opposite.
Yeah, it takes a lot for me to like a track.
Yeah, it's just like, well,
so if he's calling you like if he's calling you guys snobs, like I can kind of agree.
When it comes to rap, like 100%, like it takes a lot for me to like a track. Because everything
okay,
is
with
just
rap,
so,
yeah,
like there's saturated.
Yeah, it's so saturated, so many songs, and you're just like, man, this all sounds the same. I don't care for this shit.
A lot of artists are coming out with like shit that sounds the same too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's
like,
exactly
just...
I think we've already discussed that too.
Probably fucking have. I'm gonna go with Summer Walker, Playing Games. She's a dope singer. Obviously, everyone knows her from the Girls Need Love remix with Drake.
Is there any relation to Alan Walker?
No, there's no relation to Alan Walker.
Are you sure?
No relation. The next song
we'll Google that. We're gonna prove him wrong right now.
No, there's no relation. She's black. Alan Walker's some white dude from fucking Sweden or Norway or some shit.
She's African American.
Yeah.
All right, next song. The next song is In the Evening. Faye Mina. She's sick with it. She sings like R&B kind of soul shit. And I'm gonna go last. It's gonna be a rap song. Lane Switch. Little TJ.
Little TJ.
He's been blowing up. Yeah, he was on some Genius video, so whatever, he's doing his thing. Lane Switch is a sick song. So.
Want a preview for our next pod? The new The Baby album is coming out.
Oh yeah, shit, we'll be talking about that.
Right, it's coming out in a few days.
We'll definitely analyze that.
We are gonna listen to the album for sure because
The Baby he's been blowing up.
He's been blowing up.
IG everything. You know.
I fucking love The Baby. You know.
You love The Baby, huh?
I love. Okay, Adam.
Oh,
I love the artist.
Good.
I don't like actual babies.
You don't like babies?
Why don't you like babies?
Yo, whiny, always needy. Like, we get it.
That sounds like you.
You can't walk.
That sounds like you. You need a vacation every 2 weeks.
How is that the same thing?
I mean...
Okay, well, I was gonna say I'm not puking on people, but you know. There's been
that happened.
Puking on kebabs in Europe.
Yeah. So we'll transition into like the little vacation segment of our pod. We'll talk about our trips a little bit. Me, myself, I went over to England. It was my first trip to Europe, across the pond.
It's okay. People at home can tell by your accent.
I don't get it.
I mean, there's a little bit of a little
twang there.
I mean, there's just a little bit of
Yeah, your UK accent is terrible. Vivek does the best one. Like especially that Amir Khan one. Yeah. I'm sorry to all my fans.
This is the northern one, the Lancashire Bolton accent.
But yeah, I went to England, I went to Scotland, so it was just UK. Didn't really do Ireland or Wales, but it was a good trip. You know, I had a lot of fun. It was like doing 2 trips at once because there was a huge ass Pakistani population there, and it was a bit of a culture shock for me. What about you?
Well, you've never seen that many brown people?
I've never seen that many Pakis, bro. Not in one place. No, like they overtook that community, bro. They took over that country. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, they actually haven't overtaken it if you look at the population.
No, I know. It's like it's highly concentrated in certain sections, but but it's still a lot. It's a little overwhelming. Like, but best food I've ever had. Like, best Pakistani food I've ever had.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
By far. Like, I went to this one restaurant and they had this guy, like, you know how like back home they have like those tandoor guys? Like, yo, I made a video of it too. These guys are literally like making rotis like tandoor style, like right in front of you.
Yeah.
And every single restaurant has that. Like
they have the ovens and everything.
Like, not, it's like the
like,
you know, like the little wells that they
the
throw.
inside ovens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where they just like slap it on.
Yeah,
the sides and shit.
So like, and this guy was like a fucking master, bro. Like, they picked him up straight out of Peshawar, you know. He's like roti expert.
We have work for you.
Yeah, straight roti expert, man. It was crazy. But yeah, it was a solid trip. It was a family trip, so, you know, limited in going out in certain extent, like to a certain extent. But I feel like I got a good vibe of like the culture there. British people, not so nice. Just putting that out there. So if we got any British listeners, fix yourself. Yeah, but fix yourself, because y'all are some rude people.
No, yo, honestly, I realized this when I was in Europe too. I just feel like we have very high standards.
Yeah, we're just exceptionally nice.
From when you're from like Canada and shit, like you're used to everybody being nice wherever you go. Like customer service is nice, people around you are nice. You bump into someone, both of you are saying sorry and shit. Like that's not how it is in the rest of the world.
Yeah, people don't do that shit anywhere else.
No.
Canada and America too.
So it's like when you leave Canada, you kind of have to lower your standard.
You think so?
Yeah, I just think that's how it is.
I don't know. Like, I still expect like a certain level of like respect, just like from a human.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't expect everybody to be so fucking lost all the time. Like, you ask someone a question there, and they're like, oh, I don't know. It's like, you work at the mall. We're asking you if there's this place nearby. Yeah. Just obviously, you know, you come there every day, but they'll just say, oh no, sorry, I don't know. I've only worked here for this long. Like, are you stupid?
Well, maybe he has only worked there for so long.
He wasn't lying, man.
Nah, but it happened like on more than one occasion. Like, even at the hotel, like the people are just lost. I don't like them.
Or maybe you were lost.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I got around.
People are fucking rude in England. I remember once I ordered a taxi early morning, and I had to catch a bus that would take me to Heathrow. So, and these buses don't come around very fucking often. Like, you have to get a ticket in advance for it. Order the cab for like 7 a.m. and I get outside at like 7:03. Swear to God, cab's not there. I'm like, all right, I wait 10 minutes. I wait, and I call, and then they pick up, and then I'm like, well, the cab's not here. She's like, yeah, he was there. You weren't outside. He's gone.
I mean, maybe he was there for.
But yeah, I was 3 minutes.
I have
late
a cab
outside.
story.
I was 3 minutes late outside, and she didn't even send a new one. Like I was fucked. I don't even remember how I got to the bus. I made it.
It's like everything was a blur. Since then.
Yeah, I swear to God, on the way back though, my like Uber driver, that guy was coked the fuck out, like totally high off of cocaine. Like, this guy was angry. He was like, like, you know when, like, if someone's on cocaine, they're sniffling a lot.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, I don't know.
Like, fidgety.
We don't know.
I don't know.
But I mean, we've seen people who are on cocaine.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And that was weird. Honestly, man, people in England, like, cool country, great culture. Fix yourself.
Big problem with cocaine in the UK.
Yeah, I can tell. Like, that
problem.
Uber driver, I'm telling you, that guy was like, he was doing lines off like a stripper or something.
Like, what was that story that came out like a month or two ago about like there was fishes in the river? What's the famous one in London?
Oh yeah. I forget. It was Brighton or something.
Yeah, it was Brighton actually. It wasn't London. It was,
yeah.
And they're talking about how like the fishes have like a high.
It's just fish. Fish is plural. The fish.
No, there was multiple fishes.
No, but it's just fish.
Yeah, it's just fish.
Fish is plural, bro.
I'm gonna call it fishes.
No, it's fish.
Or I can call it fishies.
There are multiple fishes.
See, Amul's back to being a baby.
Fishies. Yeah, so fucking Brighton, a bunch of fish fucking turn up, and what, they got like traces of coke in them? Or what the fuck?
Search that story up. It's on, like, you can Google it. It's a
make
true
sure
story.
you put fishes.
It's not gonna show up.
No, make sure you put fishies.
Alright, hold up. Brighton fish.
Just for Amul.
Brighton fish cocaine. I'm looking for something.
I feel like we don't have to look this up right now.
Fish in Britain's rivers loaded with drugs, including cocaine and ketamine.
Ketamine?
No, it's ketamine.
Isn't it ketamine?
It's ketamine.
Ketamine.
It's ketamine.
Yo, the way they say it when it's a drug,
No,
is the ketamine.
No, it's not a plural thing.
Nah.
It's a
It's
not,
situation,
yo,
right?
I'm telling you, yo,
it's
ketamine.
ketamine.
Okay, we don't even do ket over here. It's a British thing, and they say ketamine. I know that
I mean,
because I fucking.
we
was
say
there.
K, we say K, but you know,
We say K.
we don't say cat.
Okay, we say K. Is that what
Yeah.
we use for ketamine? But who
Yeah.
does ketamine over here?
Ketamine.
Okay, who does ketamine? Who does ketamine over here?
Ah, white people.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Go there, man.
All right, so they fucking had cocaine and ketamine.
So while I was in Europe, you guys were in New York. What'd you guys do over there? So
fucked up.
that's
Ketamine.
that's where the joke first came from. Me, like when I was in Europe, Amol and Vivek were in New York at the time, and then as soon as we come back, Amol fucks off to Europe again.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's where the joke came from earlier. But yeah, how was your trip in New York?
That was pretty sick. I mean, I've gone to New York. This is 3 straight years. Every single year.
You got a honey out in New York?
I mean, there's a lot of honeys, but there's
None are mine. None of them are mine.
But yeah, we've been.
There's a lot of honey. I ain't getting no sugar though.
Straight.
I mean, it's honey.
Okay.
I ain't getting no sweets.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The analogy game today has been a little whack, but
Yeah.
I enjoy going to New York. It's one of my favorite cities in the world. Always something to do, always something to see. I mean, like literally the day before I was supposed to go there, I found out the U.S. Open was happening at the same time I was going there. So, what's the chance of that? So then I went, bought tickets.
I mean, it's an organized event that people know about.
Yeah, most
before.
people know about it. I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
really watch tennis.
Most
so I get it.
people. What do you mean? Most people know about the U.S. Open?
I mean, it's a major tournament.
Yeah.
But most people don't give a fuck about the U.S.
No,
Open.
straight up, I agree with you on that. Like,
I
I don't
don't.
watch tennis, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I didn't know until you told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, what do you mean most people know? It's an organized.
I-
event?
Most people. We're
Yeah.
retarded. There's a big fucking difference. Most functioning members of society know that the U.S. Open's happening.
No, they don't.
I think it's a big tournament.
But
man.
anyways, before I was rudely interrupted, I saw Sharapova versus Serena Williams, and after that, I saw Roger Federer versus a random Indian dude. And
I'm always
Sharapova,
repping hard for the Indian
It's the
dude.
same chef from that fucking England restaurant.
It's the guy making the roti at the tandoor, man.
he fucking flew over to New York. He was like, I might as well just start hitting this ball and shit.
Straight
And
up.
he took a set from Federer and shit, and it was like I was scared. I was like, yo, Federer's about to lose, but then Federer, the legend, came back and he won it.
He lost the tournament though, so what did
I mean, I don't care about that. So
But
wanted him to
if
win
we're
that.
talking about tennis, I'm gonna give a shout out to our girl. What's Bianca?
Bianca,
Canada represent. We're proud of you.
she
Come
beat
through on the
Serena
pod, yo.
Williams.
You're not too bad either, huh? That's a beautiful.
Nah, Bianca holding it down for us, for sure.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, we got a lot of respect in our hearts for you. She the North. That's the new hashtag ever since Kawhi left.
Our Raptors can do it again.
Yeah, I hope so. We haven't talked about sports on this podcast for a few episodes.
We actively decided not to talk about it.
We'll give our shout outs as they come.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else we do in New York? Went to Izu.
How was Izu?
Electric Zoo for
Electric Zoo.
Yeah.
it's a EDM festival.
Yeah, it is an EDM. That I will say, it's an EDM festival.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite set?
Don Bresky. Shout out for retweeting my tweet. I'm gonna put that out there. Thank you, Don Bresky.
yeah.
Oh, you got some Twitter clout?
But yeah, I got mad Twitter clout. The guy who made Pump It Up, Endor,
Yeah.
it just hit #1 on Beatport. And he started following me yesterday.
No way.
And Don Bresky liked and retweeted my
Yeah,
shit.
can you tell him to plug the One Mic podcast?
I'm gonna send it to you, Don
Alright.
Bresky.
Don Bresky, if you're listening, One Mic podcast. We got room in the studio for one more.
But that was by far the best set. I think we all, like me, Josh, definitely agreed.
Yeah.
I don't know. For you, it was probably Armin van Buren.
Armin van Buuren was pretty good. But the one set that kind of surprised me that like I really enjoyed, just from like not from a musical perspective, but just from like a pure like enjoyment of being there perspective, was the Dog Blood,
Oh yeah, that was a sick set.
which was Skrillex and who's the other guy?
Man,
Boys Noise.
Skrillex
Noise.
is one guy that I
Yeah.
have to see live.
Like Skrillex live is like he's just fun.
Yeah,
like
he's
it's
just-
not
yeah.
like you don't go there with the expectation of like, oh my god, it's gonna be crazy, well crafted.
Mhm.
It's just fun. And
Yeah.
it's just fun to be there.
It was cool. It was the last set on the last day,
Yeah.
main stage, and they just had a lot of fun.
And they just dropped a remix of Mundianto Bachkini, which
And then he was like, "We're international."
no, it was crazy. I was
Yeah.
like, I've never heard this.
Amul
at a
took off his
festival.
shirt.
That's like a fucking 170 BPM side trance
side,
fucking remix.
side trance remix of it. I was like, holy shit, this is insane.
That's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They dropped the other Brown track off of their EP,
yeah.
so it was nice representation. I'm sure someone will come up with a way to say that it was culturally appropriated. 2019.
Yeah, shout out Trudeau. Brown face, baby. Yo, for all you that are taking offense to that shit, grow up.
Grow the fuck up.
Like, it ain't a big deal. We're all brown. Our families are brown. We know white people.
Like
It's
I said,
fine.
That fucking reporter on the first day, when he was apologizing on the plane, the reporter who is white asks Trudeau, "How are you going to respond to racialized communities who are likely to be offended?"
That's offensive. Right?
That's
Yeah.
offensive. What her question was offensive.
Nah, like one of our friends, he had a pretty solid tweet out, and he said, you know, the same people that were like trolling Trudeau for letting in so many immigrants into Canada are the same people that are now calling him racist.
Yeah, straight up.
Like,
Yeah.
how does that make sense?
That is the same demographic.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
like
is.
those are the only people
Yeah.
that are offended by it. If you're a brown person, and you're offended by it. Like, I don't understand why.
We don't claim y'all.
Yeah, change ethnicities or move somewhere where like race is an issue.
True. 100%.
Like racial injustice is an issue.
America.
Quiet plug.
What else will you do in New York, bro?
No, we saw
Do
a
you guys
bunch
have
of-
any good food? Because I talked about my food. I'm telling you, best Paki food you'll ever have
we
is in
had-
like London. South Hall, shout out,
We
man.
had halal guys.
Oh shit. Yo, we gotta talk about halal, guys.
Yo, the famous halal guys. It was great.
Alright, so prefacing it by saying that I've had halal guys in Seattle. Trashiest fucking location ever. Seattle halal guys, you need to shut the fuck down. LA, the Santa Monica.
Shut the fuck down.
Shut the fuck down. Santa Monica Boulevard one in LA, pretty decent. So I got pretty hooked on it there. But yo, this New York one, Amul,
Oh, bro.
bruh.
So this is the original. Like, this is the original location we went to.
Not gonna lie, we watched a couple YouTube videos and I'm
Yeah.
still waiting on trying that out. Or you know what? I have had that in the past, but I didn't know that it was a big deal until I watched the YouTube videos. So
Nah, this was fucking 10 out of 10, man. Like, I could eat that weekly.
Oh, yeah. Like
yo,
it was-
any like Mediterranean food like I could eat weekly.
especially like the sort of mood we were in when we were eating it, because it was like raining a little bit. We were tired. We
That's
were
so cute because when I
hungry,
was eating it, it was raining that day too.
Yeah, it was boring.
New York was like flooding that day.
and we were like, yo, we need some food right now. And then when we had that, it was bliss,
Oh, dude.
pure bliss.
Nice use of words there.
Yeah, it was
I
fun.
mean,
Bliss.
It's not exactly a
the
very
pigeons kept,
very complicated word.
No,
pigeons
but it's
kept
a
attacking
good
Josh.
vocabulary.
Oh, yeah.
They only came to Josh. Like, they didn't bother me or you. They were just like by
Good times,
Josh's
huh?
feet. Just trying to get some halal guys, those pigeons.
Yeah. Did you guys try that other shit that I sent you?
Which one?
And like the New York or Bronx like specialty.
Oh, the chopped cheese.
Chopped
Chopped
Yeah, we had
cheese.
chopped cheese.
We
daily
went
as
to
well.
for that one too. We went to the original location, Haji's,
Yep.
and we had it like 2-3 times.
Yeah.
It was so
It
good.
was good.
Like it was cheap, like $5
$5, and it's huge.
and it's huge. Yeah,
Oh, you remember the first day I got it? I dropped half of it on the fucking
Oh, yeah.
sidewalk.
And then it's like
No,
the
no,
other half just filled them up still.
And then Vivek stared, looking at the dropped half. He was just like, he was contemplating. He was like, man, I don't know if I should eat it, but like I want to eat it.
It was dirty
But
Harlem sidewalk chopped cheese.
but this is Harlem. Oh man, it's nasty. Then he was like, so regretfully threw it in the
I
garbage.
picked it up. I walked with it for like one block, and then I just threw it in the garbage. Couldn't do it, man. That's a gross place.
I kind of get the feeling if we weren't there, you would have ate it.
No, I don't think I was just like looking around.
Like if you had nobody judging you, you would have ate it.
I was looking around the streets and like after a while I was like, nah, I can't do this.
No, but is it like in a wrapper or like?
Yeah, it's in a wrapper, but like it was.
Yeah, if
it was
it's
like
in a wrapper.
no, it was
if the
like it was
wrapper
half
is-
of it was like kind of out.
Yeah, like it just you can't do it, man. I
Yeah.
was like, I'll just get another one, which I did. So
And plus, it's New York streets, and
it's not.
those are some dirty.
I mean, I
ass
feel
streets.
like any street in the world, like you're
No,
not gonna pick up food.
Harlem is.
Nah, New York and especially Harlem, that's an exception because that's dirty.
Yeah, there's some like I was staying near Hounslow, and Hounslow, Jalod, whatever.
Lots of correction going on.
And, like today
We're
we're
trying
just
to improve our English.
yeah.
Thanks
They
for
got-
letting us intro though.
Yeah. They gotta fix their garbage problem, bro. Like for real. There's trash everywhere. Beer bottles everywhere. Like just garbage flying around. And sometimes
Flying around.
Flying around, you're just
Like-
walking.
You're like, whoa, what the fuck is that? Oh shit, just
It's
garbage.
Yeah.
Rubbish. It's rubbish.
So threw it in the bin.
I think we'll close it off. Right?
Yeah, I think.
Get into the internet terms.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, well, we were gonna talk about
What makes a good vacation?
yeah.
All right. For me, like what makes a good vacation is just like the company. I think that matters. That's the biggest thing out of all the little things that go into a vacation. I think the people that you travel with make or break your experience. I genuinely feel like if you have the right people around you, you can have fun wherever you are.
Yeah, you can do whatever.
You know, you can sit down in a basement and have the time of your life.
Yeah.
Or you
Record
could
a
be
successful podcast.
yeah, or go out to a European country or somewhere in the US, whatever it is, wherever in the world. If you have the right people around you, you don't really need a lot to do because you enjoy the fact that you guys are together, and that's what makes a vacation for me. What about you?
I mean, that's true. That's true for sure. Like, the worst thing is like I haven't really dealt with this, but I kind of have a little bit. Is like sometimes when like people are just being like downers on a trip,
Oh, I hate that.
like
it's the
you know
worst.
when sometimes like
Like you got a vibe.
You're-
Like everybody needs to be at that vibe.
yeah, like when someone's just like, yo, fuck it, I'm just not doing whatever, you know, like
I'm not down to do this. I'm not
yeah,
down to
like
do that.
I've had
Yeah.
trips where like I've wanted to do something,
And
that person's like, yo, I'm just heading back to our place,
yeah, that's not cool. Like,
and
yo,
I'm just like, man,
straight
you
up, if I'm on vacation with you, I'm not the greatest planner.
Yeah.
That'll probably be what I talk about. But if someone puts together a plan, I'm game. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will join you, and I'll just go with the flow.
All the way
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Like, and I make the most of it. Like I said earlier with my music choice, right? Like I just find the best in every situation.
Yeah.
And I think those are the type of people that I want around me when I'm on vacation.
yeah,
I don't want people to say, why are we here?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like, okay, now we got to do this. Like, if it's
Yeah.
not the vibe, it's not the vibe.
That's not a
S-
vibe.
straight
Like,
up.
We did the Met in New York. Now, straight up, if it wasn't for Josh who put the plan together, probably wouldn't have gone to the Met. Why? Because I'm not a museum guy. Like, I just don't know how to appreciate art
Yeah.
at that level
Yeah.
yet. Like, maybe one day I will. But like, if you're gonna put the plan together, I'm down. And we had a good time at the Met.
yeah, we had a good time.
Like, it was
And
fun seeing a
see,
lot of weird
and
shit.
the thing is, like, that person that like skipped out on what I did that day, afterwards he told me he regretted it because he saw like the pictures and
Bro,
all
it's the
this
same
stuff,
thing
and-
when you're planning a night out with your boys, right? Like it doesn't necessarily have to be a vacation.
Yeah.
Like say you guys are going out, and some dude is just sitting back and saying, "Yo, you know what? It's not my scene.
yeah,
You guys go do your thing."
Yeah.
And then the next day he'll be like, "Yo, how was it?" Like, and then
Yeah.
he's getting hyped up, or she's getting hyped up, and then they're like, "Why weren't you like?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me to come with you?" It's like we did our part.
yeah. Like you can. I'm the age of like we are right now. It's like we're so tired of bullshit that it's
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna force you to do something.
Sure, you ain't got the energy. Like, you don't want to come, don't come.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna ask you once, like, yo, you want to do this? If you don't want to do it, alright, cool. Do your
Well,
thing.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of double bit. If you do it in your hometown, whatever,
Yeah.
it's double bitch if you go somewhere and then you don't want to
If
be
you
part
yeah,
of
Oh,
it.
I
you go
hate that so
somewhere,
much.
Yeah, like
Why'd you go all? What else are you gonna do?
yeah, like you just go sit back in a hotel room, like
Yeah,
good for you. Like,
Yeah, that's you know what, Loki. That's happened to me.
yeah, I mean, you could probably think of.
No,
there's
I mean
other stories.
that happened to
Yeah.
me too when I was in Mexico. That happened to
Yeah.
me as well.
Yeah.
Like one of my friends just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
And it kind of ruins your night a little bit
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
right? Because you're like, yo, what
Right,
the fuck? Like
yeah.
we're supposed to be doing all of this together.
Yeah, word.
So
And to be honest, like I was kind of that guy on the last night or two.
yo, like extenuating
Europe.
circumstances,
But that was because I had food poisoning. I couldn't
Okay,
go
well,
out.
you were
food
sick.
poisoning. Yeah,
All right,
that's a
this is
valid
different.
excuse.
Yeah.
But like just not feeling it or just
Yeah.
being tired all
And
the time,
I
like
regret that shit so much because I saw the pictures of like what I could have done that day, and
Yeah.
like I was so pissed.
Some days you just gotta power through it, bro.
I know, but like I was puking, and
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. I had no energy at all, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Like I tried, and I just couldn't do it.
that's fine. That's still a valid excuse.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you don't have that sort of excuse,
Yeah, you're just being.
what the fuck are you doing?
You're being a bitch.
Yeah. So for me, like my thing that I realized that makes a good vacation for me, and this might be a small thing for other people, but like the accommodation for me,
accommodation makes a
like, is
huge
a
difference.
thing. I realized this year is like I can't really do like I can't stay at a place I don't like.
No, I hate that.
Like it kills the mood, kills the vibe so much.
Like, yo,
like-
you need to be going into a welcoming environment.
Like
Yeah.
that second place that we stayed at in New York.
Yeah.
Like, it could whatever. We weren't there a lot, but it could have been better.
It
You
could
know
have
what
been
I'm
so
saying?
much better. Like, and honestly, like again, like the age we are, like I'm not able to do like shitty places.
Yeah.
I can't stay at a shitty place because the thing is, like, when you're traveling and you're a tourist, like the place you're staying at has to be like your home base.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the base where you like plan everything, where you come back at night.
Yeah.
You want to make sure everything's good because that is the place that recharges you. And if you go back to a shitty place, it's like it fucks up your entire
Yeah, it
vacation.
does.
Straight up.
And it's like, even if you have to pay a little more, whatever, you know,
Yeah.
like just get a nicer place. And that's the advice I'm gonna give to myself
Yeah,
and to people at home. Like, just make sure you have good accommodation.
100%.
Unless you're into that shitty accommodation thing. Some people are into that.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess
man, I
like
just
if
want
you're
to stay in a weird place.
like backpacking and shit.
Yeah. All right, go do that. That's
Go do
fine.
that.
And that's not our scene.
Yeah.
It's not the vibe.
It's not the vibe.
Let's move on to the internet terms.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah?
let's do that.
All right, so I got one since this is vacationing and all of that. This one I actually picked up in England.
Yeah.
And I picked it up because I saw it all over the place. What is ballooning?
Ballooning.
Ballooning.
Is it like doing a certain drug?
You close?
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
Was it when you fucking inhale balloon and you sound like a
Yeah.
fucking?
No, but you're inhaling
No.
some. You're inhaling. Fuck. I forgot what it is. But yeah, like it's. Fuck. What is it?
Yeah, okay, so basically, as I'm walking around, right, I noticed that all over like the streets, there's like these little NO2 cans, like, you know, those
Oh,
NOS
yeah,
cans?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, why are they everywhere? So I actually ended up asking one of the people, and he told me that ballooning is like something that's really big in the UK right now. It's like, it's their drug of choice. You get like super ripped for like 10 seconds,
Yeah.
and you basically just, however you puncture a hole in those little canisters,
Yeah.
and you puncture the hole and then you inhale that
You can
shit,
shotgun that shit.
and
Yeah,
you
straight up shotgun it.
and you end up high as a kite for like a small period of time.
Yeah.
And it's just like a cultural thing that's going on right now in the UK.
How fun is it if you're really high for like 10 seconds?
So but people go through like a lot of them in one night.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know how it could be good for you.
Oh, yeah,
It's
it doesn't
probably
sound
not good
good,
for
yeah,
you,
it doesn't
but
sound good.
High as a plane, then.
yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
And then the other one I got is like a term that everybody is probably familiar with, but I have like a story, and I don't know how accurate this is, but I think it's a good term. It's stan.
Stan, yeah. Yeah, we know what
Like-
Stan is.
Like Stan. Like
Like, yeah,
Like we
like-
stand someone.
like you stand LeBron James.
Yeah, you stand
All day.
LeBron.
all day.
Yeah, we got that easy.
But so the story that I had to go along with it
Yeah.
is do you guys know where like the origin
Yeah,
of that?
yeah,
That
Eminem
is
song.
an Eminem song.
Okay, well I guess that's the end. of
Everybody knows that. I mean, come on, man. We know.
that. All right, well I just discovered it, so
Wow, this man. Yeah, it's the Eminem song, bro.
Yeah, we really ballooned your expectations.
Yeah, you really ballooned my expectations.
Fuck Olga.
Fuck Olga.
That's all right. It's like
No.
you tried to come give us the explanation for it, you know.
Yeah. All right. So for whoever doesn't know, the word "stan" comes from that Eminem track. It's honestly like a fire track. You should listen to it. I actually just
Yeah,
heard
it's only like 18 years old.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard it,
listen to it for sure. It's like a proper ass story. It's,
all right. I got a
good
question. This is not an internet term. It just popped up in my head. Who's your favorite IG hoe at the moment? Who's your favorite hoe on IG?
I'm not shocked at all that you're the one who asked this question.
Well, whatever.
Because you are something of an expert in this.
I've actually had people message me. They're like when I look at Explore or whatever that following page is, and it says like what people are doing.
Yeah.
It's like with me, it's just like, okay, I like this thought's picture. This thought's picture. Honestly, after I got that message, I actually like chilled down. Like now I don't like the pictures anymore. I just stopped following them.
It's like I like them in my head now.
Vivek just got called out. And he was like, "Fuck this."
There's a girl too. She's super chill about it. She's like, "Can you not?" I was like, all right.
Keep it in your pants.
But I mean, look, it's Instagram. So just going off of that, I feel like everyone has a favorite.
All right, so for me, I'm gonna be honest. I actually had this conversation with my girlfriend earlier, and I haven't been following any IG hoes.
Oh, she made you stop that shit. Jenna, what's up? Let the man follow some hoes.
Y'all gotta expose me like that. All right, but no, it's just yeah. For me, I haven't followed an IG hoe in a long time. So
Jeez, man, that's what happens when you start dating.
IG model.
Who do you like?
I mean, but you follow the compilation of Six Angels. Shout out. Well, I mean, so for me,
I mean, it shows up on my Explore page from once in a while.
Explore is wild though. It's like once you like one thing, it'll just flood your shit.
Yeah,
like it's not cool. Explore.
I mean,
I like other stuff too.
Yeah, but for you, it's like you like a bunch of shit and it floods your Explore page. I mean,
who do you like, man?
Honestly, you can't blame Instagram for what they've done.
Fuck your algorithm, bro. I like dogs too. I need more dogs.
My Explore page is usually sports. Honestly,
yeah, it honestly it's a lot of
sports.
It's a mixture of sports and girls. To be honest, it's a mixture.
Okay. Were you following Amul?
No, I mean it's usually from like people I'm not following that some other people are following.
Some people, Vivek.
Yeah.
All right, name one? Just name one and we can move on.
You didn't name one.
Mine is Katya Elise Henry. That's hands down. Like that.
Shout out Katya.
That girl is a fucking like she could end my life. I've said it multiple times, but she's the finest thing out there. All right, next.
Can I give like one and then an honorable mention?
Oh, 100%, bro.
Alright. So, the winner is
you can't see this, but Amul's like stroking his chin. Like, he's hella excited about this.
So the winner, I'd say, is like one of the original IG hosts, Anna Cherie.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's respectable.
But the thing is about her, and I honestly kind of respect this a little bit, is like every like 3 or 4 years, she looks completely different. Like she completely changes her face, her body, everything changes.
Overhaul of inventory.
Yeah, she's just like there's like it's like an iPhone model, you know, like it just gets refreshed every 3-4 years.
11 Pro, 11 Pro Max.
100% agree.
You get the 11
crazy.
Pro,
yeah,
and
honestly,
then a year later you get the 11 Pro Max.
If you don't believe me, Google her original photo. Like she did like a shoot for Playboy way back in the day.
Oh, yeah,
compare that to what she looks like now. It's a different person.
Yeah,
entirely different person. But I respect it because she looks good all throughout. So you know what?
Yeah,
can't hate. And then the runner-up is somebody I've discovered recently. I feel like some
Lindsay
of us
Palis?
have discovered her recently.
Lindsay Palis is old too. Honorable mention, Lindsay Palis.
That Zara chick.
Oh, baddie.
Out of Toronto. She a baddie. That's it.
What's it? It's like Zara Zohair or something.
Shout out Zara Zohair.
I think she's like Afghani or something, and like.
Whew. Afghani or Pakistani?
Pakistani.
The name is too.
The last. It's not the first thing. It's the last thing that kind of puts it.
Zohair is like a very Pakistani name.
Yeah, and I mean, Toronto's got some talent. That's all. I'm saying.
Yeah, Calgary has talent too.
Kawhi left, but the talent stayed. You know what I'm saying?
He left the talent behind.
He left the talent behind.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys for those answers. I appreciate it.
No, that's a good
Vivek's on
que-
his phone looking through this.
Well, yeah, no, I was on IG for a second.
Vivek's
and
like,
I just, like
these guys didn't even break my top 10 roster. His starting lineup looking a little different.
It's like, you know how we're posting all like that music playlist and shit?
Post a baddie playlist.
Vivek's about to post a baddie playlist, yo.
Oh man, the one hoe.
The one roster.
The one roster. The one roster, yo. Damn, yo, we looking for the bench too, so.
Oh, this is such a pervy part of the podcast.
It's alright. Like we've stayed pretty clear of this
So far.
So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
It's just to lighten the mood a little bit, you know.
Yeah. So where
Um,
were we? Internet? Are we still doing that?
no, we're good. We good. So look out for the One Mic podcast. Like I said, we're going to be trying to pump out more episodes. I know in the last episode I did mention the fact that we had an interview coming out. We had some technical difficulties with that one, so you guys gotta wait on that.
Basically, we have to re-record the whole thing again.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna have to happen at this point. But in the meantime, look out for our playlists. Like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, there's going to be one for R&B, one for rap, one for Punjabi music, and one for EDM. So look out for that. We'll tag it on our Instagram profile. Follow us at the One Mic Podcast. Subscribe to our to our podcast
And the playlist.
and the playlist when they come out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We uploaded episode 3 and 4 on YouTube just because some people did mention that that's where they listen. But apart from that, thank you again for listening, and until next time, have a good one.